Okay, hi guys. Here we are. It's me, Cord Gronowski, Yankee T News, on another lovely Saturday night broadcast when things are supposed to be a little bit more relaxed.
Let die.
Are
Oh, we're
you
live already. We don't fool around.
are you relaxed?
I am. I'm feeling quite relaxed, actually.
Good. That's what
And we're gonna go
Saturdays is
live on
supposed to be.
Facebook right now too, just to show how relaxed I really am.
Yeah. Okay.
Common Sense News Entertainment. Here we are, Yankee News, baby. And I saw you're in a good mood because your invite said Saturday Night Baby. Welcome to Facebook Live at Common Sense News Entertainment. I'm Jason Douglas once again. Beautiful Saturday night, July the 11th. It is 7-Eleven day. Don't forget you get your free coffee down at
Oh,
7-Eleven before the day's over. And here we are live with Cord Gronowski once again, Yankee T News, live from down in the Middlesex County area.
well, that
Good to
free
see you.
coffee, that free coffee would not have been available down on the shore.
No, they don't do it down 7-Eleven in Milford or anything like that.
No, there was a water emergency.
What? What happened there?
Well, presumably a bear took a shit in the water supply, causing the E. coli to spike. And
Really?
out of abundance of caution, it was like a ghost town down there.
Oh,
You
on the
drove,
beaches?
no, just I mean, if you drove along the post road, you know the area,
Yeah.
and so Dairy Queen closed, Starbucks closed, Christie's closed. Okay, all these different food places because they didn't want a chance with making people sick and getting sued. They said we're just closing it down.
And where did the bear take this crap again?
Apparently, some reservoir up wherever that helps
Oh,
to feed.
so what?
Well, this is just it. They wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
but we see this. Do we see this where government officials can and do overreact?
Yeah.
And it's out of abundance of caution. But
I think they do so many shady things as government leaders. They want to look like heroes whenever they can.
I think it's done out of fear.
Yeah, well,
They just yes.
I mean the reservoir. I think if it's the
Yes.
reservoir I'm thinking of, it's a pretty big place, and I don't see how
Yep.
one piece of crap is going to do much of a difference,
Oh,
really.
well, so then they gave the all clear today a couple hours ago.
I wonder how many times the bear has crapped in there when nobody noticed it.
That's another good point. That's right. But they supposedly see animals shitting around water sources all the time. That is correct, Eric. And I'm just saying that the people who run things around here can be a little wacky. A little wacky.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
no, it's the need to also to look like you're doing something for the people, even if you're not.
Um,
I mean, I'll tell you, it happened to me. I'll tell
okay.
you a quick story. Back in 2022, this is a
Mhm.
long story, but I'll make it short. I was assigned to do a insurance fraud investigation case up in New Hampshire
Mhm.
on a teacher who had been in an accident in Connecticut and was claiming injury still 5 years later. I was working now in New Hampshire, so I was up there doing some surveillance around her. We didn't know anything about her other than she worked at a school. So I was around the school trying to figure out where she was going to go after school so we could do legitimate work. Well, what happened was, because of a slight miscalculation on my part in terms of tactical strategy,
Mhm.
I drew the attention of the principal of the school and eventually the local police.
I think you told me this story, didn't
Yeah,
you?
so I explained who I was and why I was there quite, I think, diligently.
Mhm.
However, it turned out that the school board of education for that town happened to be in the same building as the middle school.
That happens.
Yep, and that's the way they had it arranged. And it turned out that the superintendent and all the the staff of the board of education were there and saw what was going on, and were
Mhm.
kind of hanging out in the parking lot looking. And that gave the police the occasion to look like the heroes, because here's this mysterious man around the school, and we're going to look like heroes and run this guy through the coals. And that's what they
Mhm.
did, even though they knew who I was. And the rest of the story is the one I'll tell another day. But it was because I concluded that the reason why everything happened to me the way it did, I ended up getting arrested and charged with a felony, which was a completely made up story. Of course, the courts were smart and they immediately dismissed everything. They knew it was a bunch of
Mhm.
bull. But the point is, those police officers, what I concluded later was that they wanted to look like heroes in front of all the school officials
Mhm.
and look cool and look like they were protecting the public. And
All
they
right.
decided to throw me under the bus to try to do it. Didn't work out for them very well, by the way. But that's
Yes.
my point. I guess I'm getting at, like, it's because they do. We know what the kind of shady crap that people in our government do here in Connecticut. So if they
Yeah.
can look like on the camera that they're doing something heroic, then just to
Oh,
put
are
up that shield of,
So are they so stupid?
protection again. What's
Okay,
that?
are they so stupid as to not realize that they're messing with an officer of the court?
What, when you up in New Hampshire, you mean?
Oh, well, same rule, isn't it?
Well, they don't. I mean, I'm out of state, or they don't care. Like, I'm a licensed detective. Not really. And I wasn't up there in the capacity of an officer of the court. I was up there in the capacity of a private operative,
Oh, I see.
freelance operative working for an insurance company, essentially.
I see. All right.
I ended up losing that client because of that. And that
Oh,
was a big, big loss for me. A lot of money I got lost because of that. And,
when
and
did
then no matter how much I tried to explain to them, it was a legitimate thing. They were so conservative there that they just didn't want anything. They just
Yeah.
dumped me anyway. So
So when did this happen?
this was 4 years ago now,
Okay.
quite a while ago.
Some time has passed.
Oh yeah, we've long recovered since then. It was a
All right.
minor. Nothing can really beat us down, but it was clearly. Oh, you want to tell? So get this one. I'll tell you this part of the story. It's an interesting part of the story.
Yes.
When the police did their little rollover of me, they outed me. In other words, they went to the person I was there to watch because they ransacked my car and searched it without my permission, by the way.
Mhm.
Found my case file
Yes.
and approached the teacher and told her that she had a stalker on her hands.
A
That she should
stalker.
yes, and she should be worried, even though they knew that I was not there to stalk anyone. I was there just as an actuarial position for insurance company operative. So the teacher,
Mhm.
this was at the end of the school year, by the way, that year. The
Yeah.
teacher left school, fled to Florida with family to avoid this
Oh,
stalker.
interesting.
Yes,
Well,
isn't that
stalker.
crazy? This quote
Well,
unquote stalker, right?
no, it's not your stalking. It was in the case file she was fleeing.
She was well, no, they didn't. They deceived her. They made her look like they didn't tell her that They told her that some stalker. They didn't disclose everything to her. They just told her that it was a stalker.
Yeah, but she didn't put two and two together.
No, this was 5 years ago. She had her accident. She had no idea, I'm sure.
I see.
Until she was telephoned by a judge in court. Wow, and I finally ended up in my day in court about a month or two later.
Mm-hmm.
The judge called the woman right in the courtroom and explained to her what was the real story was.
Okay.
You would think the woman would then say, "Oh, I understand now. I'm not in any danger anymore."
Yeah, but
no, she said, "I want to continue with my case. I'm a victim here." And I couldn't believe it. The judge even rolled her eyes, like, "What?"
mm-hmm.
So we had to wait 2 weeks for a letter in the mail for the judge to make her decision, and then it was over.
All
But
right.
yeah, I was astonished. I actually felt bad for this teacher. I was like, this poor woman thinks there's this person after her when there's not. And then when they finally told her the truth, she didn't seem to understand. In other words, she was one of the dumbest teachers I've ever seen. How's she teaching kids?
There's got to be a mystery adventure novel in there somewhere with this.
Oh, I could write a story about that. I would be a chapter. And if I could write a book about. There's a few other adventures that nothing like that. That's the biggest one.
Well, the idea is you do something like this and then you stumble onto some bigger thing.
There's a lot of stuff that I could tell that would make interesting stories.
Oh, there you go. Well,
a bail bond story I did as a bail bond office one time, and I ended up in like I think it was probably a body place where they chop up bodies or something.
Oh, lovely.
It seemed like that. I'm just throwing. That's only my speculation. I have no. It just felt the way they acted around it. It felt like there was something big they were protecting.
Yeah. Well,
it was the only time in the history of my work as an investigator or bail. I was a bail bondsman for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so I've never felt have you ever felt in your life, Court, at some point in your past, you were in the military, so you probably have at some point felt, oh my God, my life is in danger. And you get that fight or flight, you get that adrenaline rush, and you're like, you go into fight or flight mode or whatever.
There might have been some questionable circumstances, but
I've been there a couple of times in my life. No. This was one of them. It's never happened to me as a professional, as an investigator, except that one time. And it was, I'll tell you what happened. I went to this place. I was supposed to, what it was a skip on a bail bond. A guy had skipped his court date. We were out to get him. It was a bounty. I was functioning as a bounty hunter. So in Connecticut, you can either be a bounty hunter and collect money, or the only way you can do bounty hunting is if you're licensed to do so, or if you're a bail bondsman and your guy skips, you then have permission to go after that one person as a bounty hunter. And that's what we were doing. And we got a lead that I'm not going to say where, but there was a place in Connecticut where we got a lead. to go, and I was told to go there. I was there by myself. I drove in there with my vehicle, and it was like a scene out of the A-Team. Remember that show, The A-Team?
Well, I'm thinking of Dog.
It was like a scene out of the A-Team or Dog or something. No, yeah, I'm thinking Dog too, but no, this was like the A-Team. Like these thugs came out. They're like, "Get out of here," whatever, and I was like, okay, you're trespassing. And they were very, very threatening. And I drove out of there. I fell back to the town center. I called my boss. I was working with somebody else. I called my boss, told him what happened. He's like, okay. He's like, I understand. He's like, I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's like, I'm on my way back. He's like, no. He's like, I want you to turn around and drive right back in there.
Oh, geez.
Right now. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? He's like, trust me.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say.
I was like, you got to be kidding me. He's like, no freaking way. And he's like, trust me. He's like, do it. And this guy I grew up with, so I trust him. I'm like, all right. So I drove back into the place. But as I was driving back into the place, I could see two local police officers and my boss all pulling up at the same time. We're all going there together.
Your boss?
My boss in his car and two local police officers were there. Remember, we're there as bounty hunters.
I see. Okay.
So as soon as I was pulling in, I see them. I'm like, okay, now I feel better. But the funny time is the first time I drove in there, these four thugs, they kind of like slowly one of them got up fast and started walking to me. And the other three were like kind of slowly gagging behind. The second time I drove back in there, all four of them jumped up and started walking right to me. But it turned out obviously the cops drew their attention rather than me.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole situation ended up with, they told the police officer the same they told me, get your pig ass out of here. They weren't intimidated by the police at all. But at any rate, we ended up, what happened was, it's interesting, what happened was we didn't get the guy we were looking for that day. 2 days later, we got a call in our office from the guy that we were looking for. He basically was surrendered. He turned himself into the police.
Okay.
And we were able to pick him up and
how does it happen? I mean, does somebody talk to them and they realize?
Well, we knew the guy was there. Here's what happened. This guy he's a thug. He shows up with his A-Team thugs, and they said, and the boss grabbed him, threw him against the wall, and said, "You brought us heat here. You get the hell out. You turn yourself in now, mofo." And he did what his boss told him to do. That's what I think happened.
I see. Well,
next day or the day after, a couple days later, he called up. He turned himself right in. He'd been evading us for a long time. And I'll tell you what, that same guy, we were looking for him for months. About a month earlier, 2 months earlier, I was about to go have a lobster dinner with my mother for lobster dinner. And my boss calls me and says, sorry, no lobster dinner for you. We got a lead. He's at a hotel in Windsor Locks, and I'll give you the town this time. We go up to Windsor Locks, found out we think he's in a hotel room up there. And we're thinking, we're not the police. We're inviting a lot of trouble if we go in there and try to do this. We can do it legally, but we don't want to get hurt. What do we do? And my boss says, let's call Windsor Locks PD. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. They're a bunch of dunderheads. And by the way, the Windsor Locks PD are a bunch of dunderheads. At least they were back then. Maybe now they're different now. But what they did is, we think they showed up and they cordoned us off. Remember, we're the bounty hunters. They said, you stay back here in an area where we couldn't even see the room. They cordoned us off in an area we couldn't see. Okay. And next thing you know, another officer walks up and he says, "Oh, he's gone." Like, what? Yeah, he's gone. Screw you guys. We left. We think they tipped him off.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah. No.
That seems to be what happened.
All right. Well, the closest I can describe is when I was in the Navy in the Mediterranean during the what was called the Yom Kippur War back in, let me think for a second, 73, 74, something like that.
Did that war last a long time?
No. Yom Kippur War was quite short, like the others. The difference here is that at that time, the Russians and the Americans were playing what is called chicken of the sea in the Mediterranean, daring each other to ram each other. But on top of that, you have four conditions. You have DEFCON 4, 3, 2, and 1. DEFCON 4 is what you call peacetime patrolling. DEFCON 3 is, man your battle stations. DEFCON 2 is put on your gas masks and is fire. So we were at, I think we were at DEFCON 2. I remember wearing the gas masks. So there was a tense moment there.
Yeah, you must have felt like, oh my God, my life could be over soon here. I mean,
I didn't think in those terms.
But
it didn't feel like the threat was imminent. But there was a sense that the Russians were getting tough. the Soviets. I'm sorry, and we had to be ready.
I was once chased by. I had a steady girlfriend in high school for a couple of years, and I was once chased through the woods by her father.
Yeah,
And that had my adrenaline. I thought he was going to try to. I thought he was trying to kill me.
right. Anyway,
And that went on for a few minutes. Luckily I was very fast and elusive, and I escaped. Yeah, that's an interesting story.
right.
That's another time I can remember my adrenaline was flowing because he was going to slaughter me if he had found me, and I didn't do anything that wrong. He was just a nutcase. But
I see.
of course, I was trying to get his girl out and have my way with her in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I guess that explained a little bit. The classic scene. He was going to kill me though. That guy.
All right. So it looks like Eric says he had it over something. Where the hell is my coffee? Whatever he's talking. Oh, don't tell me you think we're boring.
Speaking of that, well, we're talking. It's Saturday night. So speaking of that, is DJ Ricky have what he needs? Is he working on this thing right now?
No, he really needs the stuff from Rob Sampson.
He's got stuff from Gino. He's got stuff from Sam. He's got stuff from me. I mean, what else? I mean, why does he have to have Rob Sampson stuff? I don't know.
Rob Sampson's is the good stuff. Okay, that's where he's square in front of the.
You don't want to base it. Let's tell him this.
What?
You don't want to base it on Ron Sampson's stuff. He's not the guy that did this. We did it. Now I can give him a link to it, but we don't want him to use all of just Rob Sampson's stuff. Gino's got the fireworks.
We're not going to use all of Rob Sampson's stuff. The point is
is
it
necessary?
I'm sorry. Clips of Gino walking down a train station with some woman behind him waving doesn't tell the story. Okay.
No, but Sam does live broadcasts throughout the whole thing, right?
Okay.
And then there's also don't we also have Reese's stuff too?
No, not have Reese's
so
stuff.
he needs Reese's stuff and he needs some of Sampson's stuff.
All right. Well, I don't know all I have is Reese's email address. I don't have his phone number.
I don't have Reese's contact information either. Sam does.
All right. Well, then we have to turn.
Reese's stuff is out there on Facebook for him to take.
Okay, so do it.
Okay. Well, I'll have to point it to him. Point it out to him, I guess.
Yeah, it's just like.
Or I can forward it over to him.
I'm the guy who's on the fringe of all this stuff. I would be in the center, but if these other guys have been there, they're the ones that should be, quote, doing something about it. So Ricky is busy, but he'll do what he can. That's the short answer. So we got 3 topics tonight.
All right, let's do it.
Gold revaluation. Have you followed that at all?
No.
It's kind of interesting. The attacks on Candace Owens. These are. I find it amazing. Okay. The thing about these attacks is that they all do the same thing. They miss the point. Okay. In other words, they're attacking the messenger and they're avoiding the message. So we have to talk about that.
What is Candace's message? So I'll tell you what. She was somebody I admired for a long time.
Yes.
And when I first started getting involved with this a couple of years ago, she was one of the people I thought about popping a number, reaching out to.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I started hearing all about how she's betrayed everybody and a lot of bad stuff. And I really don't know what to make of it. So maybe you can.
Well, you should look at it in terms of character assassination, right? Because that's all it is.
Okay.
The one thing you can say about Candace is she's absolutely independent in her approach, and she doesn't take crap from anybody. So that said, she has made, in my opinion at least, I think she's made mistakes. But look,
sure, we all have.
You can appreciate this when you're investigating something and there's a lot of uncertainty and the information is vague and you're not quite sure where you're supposed to go. Guess what? You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have wrong information, right?
I make plenty of them.
Okay, well, this is the same position that Candace is in, and people just don't appreciate that she's doing more than just about anybody else in order to get to the bottom of the assassination and other subjects for that matter. Mm-hmm. So, in my judgment, as someone who values research, I think they're being very unfair to her. So that's why I got to talk about that, and not just unfair, by the way. The problem is she is over the target. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, she's over the target. And it's uncomfortable information. I know Jason is not going to like what I'm about to say, but you have to look at the facts, okay? And sometimes,
and the perspective.
and well, of course, all right, yes, you look at the perspective, but what do you?
I haven't even heard it yet, so tell me what's going on.
Or we'll get to that. I want to deal with the gold valuation first. And yes, now finally, hot off the presses, Iran has said it will close the Straits of Hormuz. Remember, Trump had demanded by Saturday tonight that they would open it, and they said, "Screw you, Donald J. We're closing the Straits." All right.
Well, we all know that Iran is the world's super military power that can just close and open straits whenever they want, right?
Well, okay, no,
I think they're powerful, Iran.
No.
They have no navy. What the hell's going on here, Court?
It's called asymmetrical warfare. Do you understand asymmetrical warfare? You don't want to talk about asymmetrical warfare.
Tell me about it.
Okay, it's very simple. When a weaker opponent is able to use certain tricks that levels the playing field against a stronger opponent.
Okay, and that only happens why?
Why? Because the stronger
opponent sits on their hands.
No, they don't.
What do you mean no? We could end this right now with our full power of our military. Right now, in one night.
Please listen.
Okay.
For example, if you have a weapon and it can shoot targets that are a mile away, okay, but all it can do is hit a mile away. It can't hit it a half mile. It can't hit it a quarter mile. It can only hit a mile away.
Okay.
Your opponent will have the opportunity to take advantage of that limitation in your weapon system. Maybe he doesn't have big missiles. Maybe all he's got is drones. But because of that, he has the ability to respond, and you don't have the weapons to respond with that because all you can do is fire a missile that can hit only 1 mile away. That's an example. That's a very simplified example of asymmetrical warfare, right?
All right, then we need to.
Yes. Okay. Well, this is the issue. So, all right. So, what happens? This is militaries adapt all the time. We adapt. They adapt. All right. And so now you're confronted with a new challenge, and they come up with a counter solution. Great. And now you can deal with these other weapons that they were taking advantage of you with, and they lose the advantage. This goes on all the time. All right. So the
bottom line is we're not doing what's necessary to win this war.
All right. I think, didn't we have this discussion last night?
Yeah, we have, but we're the most powerful military in the world.
All right. There are lessons to be learned, and I want to believe that they have learned those lessons. So far in the Mideast, we are 0-2. All right? 0-2. You disagree, but we did not end up with the situation we wanted, which is a case of having to adapt. All right? But
we still ended up something with better than what we had beforehand.
I wouldn't say that. No.
Definitely in Iraq. Maybe that's
great. Sure. Bagram, all that military equipment that we abandoned that was now handed over. Yeah, that's a better
we talked about this last night. In Iraq, I would say that we at least got more than what we started with. In Afghanistan, I can agree with you more that the situation is still not very good there. So I can agree with you on Afghanistan. So I would call it 1-0-1. 1-0-1. You say we're 0-2. I say we're 1-0-1 or 1-1. I'll say we're 1-1. You say we're 2-0 or 0-2. I say we're 1-1.
Okay. Well, I would prefer to rip up your take on Iraq because it's not what you think it is either. But
I'm not saying there aren't problems. I'm saying we're better off than we were when we had Saddam Hussein in power, though.
Okay. No, the evolution of events in the Mideast, I think, are slowly moving in our direction.
I agree.
But those two situations were mishandled in dramatic ways from beginning to end.
There were mistakes made, but once again, we're not hearing any stories about anybody threatening us from Afghanistan or Iraq anymore. So,
okay, well, that stuff was kind of stupid to begin.
In the end, that's what matters, though. Do these countries pose a threat to our national security?
All right, so let me get to gold revaluation. All right. So here we go. I'm going to put up my little chart here for you.
I love the chart, man.
Okay, so here
they rhyme together.
All right, so this is a takeoff on a Substack somebody put up. So let's just go through this. Gold is currently trading for about $4,000 an ounce.
A lot of money.
Okay, but you're aware that the federal government is valuing its gold reserves at Fort Knox at $42 an ounce.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple months ago, and I would like to know why.
Why? It's it's a good question. Well,
would revaluing our gold at the market value do a lot to reduce our national debt? I would think it would.
not as much as we would like, but the
Enough
point
to do it.
all right, but let's go through this and let's look at these questions.
All right.
All right. So the next part is that federal government has 41 trillion in debt and climbing, as we've been hearing, and the federal government is about to lose its last AAA credit rating. So that's going to make borrowing money a lot harder. You have to pay for borrow money at higher interest rates, putting us into even greater debt. Okay. So yes, the federal government is running out of ways to manage its debt. Now they got to get creative. So what are the ways? One of the ways in which you get creative, as some say, you look at the asset side of your ledger. You try to figure out how to monetize what's on that side of the ledger, and what's sitting there undervalued. That's right, gold. Okay.
So it puts a little dent in it, but not much.
Well, 600 billion ain't shabby. Okay.
Oh.
But if there's a way to use that money to help lower the debt, I'm not sure what other financial tricks there would be, then, that's something to think about. However, now get ready for this one. An unknown investor has spent about $3.3 million on gold options, betting that the gold price will increase to $20,000 by December 2026.
That's an awful big increase in a very short period of time.
That would be correct. So
I have a hard time believing that will happen.
Something weird. And by the way, do we have to remind the audience that there have been occasions, let's just do one, in the days in the run-up before 9/11, there were suspicious massive shortings on certain airlines. So somebody made a killing on that. And right. Okay, so that would, anyway, so if gold was revalued at this level of $20,000, then the gold that's in Fort Knox would be valued at $3 trillion roughly. All right, so that's still small. That's less than 10% of the national debt. But again,
it's still a dramatic increase in value.
No, this stuff gets me nuts.
I mean, we hear a lot of predictions. We hear a lot of predictions about wild fluctuations and things. They never usually happen.
Okay, but the issue here is they have to answer for themselves the question, how are we going to manage the debt? One of the things you have to keep in mind is that a lot of the debt the federal government has is, wait for it, short-term debt. Typically, we see 2-year notes, 5-year notes, 10-year notes, and 30-year notes. Or I'm abusing the terms. Forgive me for those people who know better. But the bonds, notes, something else. So the point being that the interest rate for a 2 or 5 year is less. Okay, the 10-year is considered a benchmark for mortgages and such. And don't worry, you look very handsome, so you don't have to fiddle with the camera.
It's not me there, buddy. I'm trying to focus in on your chart, mister.
Oh, the chart. Okay.
Jeez. Kind of egotistical man you think I am?
Yes. Well.
Oh, look at the veins in my neck. I don't want people seeing that.
All right.
Go on.
All right.
Back to
the other
gold.
All right. So the other tidbit is the U.S. Mint has a Liberty medallion that they just issued that's valued at over $19,000 for an ounce of gold. So as a memorial piece, this is part of why they believe they could value it at that level. But it's interesting that it's at a price level not different from the $20,000 bet for December. Okay,
that's still an awful big bet that we're going to go from 4,000 to 20,000 an ounce in 5 months.
Okay, so but the other backstory is that the U.S. Secretary Scott Bessent has been asked about this, and I wouldn't say that he's been evasive, but he's been, he chooses his words carefully. He'll tell you, we currently don't have any policy planning underway for revaluing gold. Oh, really? Maybe you have a study group? Maybe you've hired some consultants?
Why doesn't the reporter then ask him, okay, so you're okay with $42 an ounce? What's up with that?
Yes, and yes, no. That question, as far as I know, hasn't been asked.
Which why Common Sense News Entertainment will ask those questions.
That's right.
Please. Please and thank you, man. What's going on with our national media?
Yeah. Okay, so all of this is pointing to some big changes that are coming down the road here as far as gold revaluation is concerned. And besides, I mean, if it gets valued at that, see, I don't know what the impact is on the gold market, but one of the other things that they don't tell you All right, I need to be clear on this. When the dollar was still backed by gold, if apparently for some reason that I don't understand, the claim was that if you increase the value of gold, that causes the value of the dollar to go down. So I don't know how they get there, but that's the claim that's made.
Because you need more dollars to buy the less gold to buy the gold.
Perhaps.
Well, yeah, I mean that's it.
It makes sense. All right, so here, all right, now we have fiat currency. It's no longer backed by gold.
Mm-hmm.
So a change in the price of gold should have no effect on the dollar, I would think.
Well, I hope it doesn't. Based on our prediction here for December.
Yeah.
Then when was that? Was it 1933 that they took the gold standard off?
Something like that.
I think
32,
it was.
33.
It was a couple of years after the Depression hit.
Right. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think there's an argument to be made that if anything triggered that second round that was much more punishing for Americans, it was when Roosevelt pulled his little trick with gold,
taking it off the gold standard and demanding that they turned in their gold. Can you believe that? People don't know that happened.
Wait, we got to check. Ricky's got some comments here. Rosalind Capel. Okay. What it was something we got the, are you familiar with the term the peanut gallery?
Yes, of course.
Yes, that comes from baseball. And so the people who had the cheapest seats were way up in the back, and they would buy peanuts instead of hot dogs. So it was referred to as the peanut gallery.
That's correct. I'm in the mood for some peanuts now. You're talking about it. Go ahead.
So from our peanut gallery, we've got, fraud in New York City. Jason is right, says DJ Ricky. He is in your corner a lot.
Yeah.
And then Eric notes, Court is being the contrarian again. LOL. Well, I don't know if I'm being the contrarian. I'm just putting this information up for people to consider, and we don't talk about it very much. And yes, but the debt is correct. Yes, well, we know about the Ford. That's common stuff. It's all this other stuff that we don't hear about so much. This is what we need to study and figure out. All right, and then DJ Ricky chimes in and says Rosalind Capital filed for Chapter 11 for over $60 million in undelivered gold. Ooh.
Really?
All right. Well, I think, maybe they're filing for bankruptcy, but I think that there might be some lawsuits there, and somebody's going to go to jail. You don't get away with not delivering gold. Sorry.
Especially $60 million worth of it.
Yeah. So that to me is pretty suspicious. I will try to watch it come. So Alan wants to weigh in too. Wish you guys. I mean, it's weird. I invited them, but they don't want to come on. But that's okay. All right.
They all got a face for radio.
All right. So all this discussion about gold revaluation, and I have to go back and emphasize the real concern here. We have watched this debt keep going up and up and up. And we don't see anybody getting concerned. We don't see any efforts to stop the spending, to reduce the debt in some fashion. Come on, some other government program. We don't hear it. Where is it?
Well, how come the mainstream fake news isn't making a big deal out of it? You think they would? Oh, Trump's done nothing to reduce the deficit. Blah blah blah. They don't say a word about it. Why do you think that is?
Yeah,
another place they could attack him from, right?
Okay. So all right. So what do we do with this? The problem now, from all this information, is that this almost has a feeling of desperation to it, to have to reach into your gold supply, play this game where you're going to revalue it according to the market value, and then use that somehow to manage your debt because you're going to lose your AAA rating. Doesn't that, some of
this whole chart just seems like almost like a non-story. Maybe it's a story about 10% of the deficit. Doesn't it make sense just to revalue our gold at a market value and then, we'll take 10% off the deficit? That is a story, but who cares really? It's like, of course we should do this.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, it's not a game though. It's something we should just do and move on.
I'm going to say your first question was the most important one. Why have they left it this way? Why haven't they updated the value of gold?
Yeah. What's the point?
Okay? Yeah. There's, again, there must,
And Julius Caesar once said that is what destroys free republics, because Rome was a free republic for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
What destroys free republics is the people figure out they can vote themselves money out of the treasury.
Mm-hmm.
And what he meant by that is debt. Debt is what destroys free republics.
Well, no,
And ultimately,
what they
I'm answering my question. Why doesn't the media bring up this up more? Because they know it's killing our country, and they don't want people to be aware of it.
No, the point is that people having access to the treasury is like people on welfare just taking more money out of the system for
That's
themselves.
exactly what he was referring to.
Yeah, well, it's not what we're talking. That's not debt. We're not talking about debt. We're just talking about taking the money for themselves.
But does not extraordinary spending part and parcel to debt?
All
Boom.
right. Due to technical difficulties, right.
Gravity stepped in. Okay, go ahead. So, am I wrong though? Isn't debt isn't excessive and fraudulent wasteful? We haven't even talked about fraud, but isn't excessive social spending and fraudulent excessive
part of it? Well, part of it. Like the thing I put up last night about the cost Iran is imposing on Europe. By forcing, getting people to migrate to Europe.
Forcing those countries into debt. And the mullah and the green wave and these Islamic evil people know what Julius Caesar said, and if they can force our Western civilization countries into deep debt, it's that much more easier to handle them, take them over.
All right. Well, there's we don't. If we, how do we put this? All right. This is a slight digression, but only slight. I don't know who's ever heard of the Secret of Oz. The Secret.
I've heard of the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, but not the Secret of Oz.
Right. Well, the key point is that the Wizard of Oz was actually a satire on the fight over the money supply, and the argument. And this is William Jennings Bryan and McKinley, and the question was over whether or not. What is lost on people is that in the original story, Dorothy was wearing silver slippers.
That's correct.
On the Golden Road, okay? And so the message that was trying to be sent there was that if the basic economy has a foundation based on gold, then the individual people can get there with silver. Okay, that was the basic argument. It was very clever.
Very clever.
But for Hollywood, this didn't work, so they had to make the silver slippers into ruby slippers.
Right. The book was not meant to be it was meant to be an economic statement, right?
Okay.
But the movie, of course, was.
Okay, but the Secret of Oz, though,
and of course, the scarecrow represented the farmers.
Right.
Interest.
Yes.
Pretty interesting.
It is. So, but the Secret of Oz is about the history of money in America, and the central idea that covers our 250 years of history is the fight over a central bank. Okay, there was the First Bank of America. That wasn't quite the name for it.
The First National Bank and then the Second National Bank.
Right. Okay. So the First National Bank, I don't know what happened to it, but then under Andrew Jackson, there was an attempt to create a second national bank, and basically he was saying, over my dead body.
That's right.
And
people made him a great president.
Yes, and people forget that the assassination attempt on him was inspired by the bankers.
And it was the first assassination attempt on a president, I believe.
Yes, and it was over money.
So over banking. That's a very good point. And so that's why what people don't understand is the economic history of America. Jackson, even though he was a racist guy, he was like, people would say that Donald Trump's personality was the most like Andrew Jackson. Those two had very similar personalities, although Trump is not a racist. Jackson was at his time. However, his heroic battle to stop the national bank saved this republic at that time. But what happened was, about 80 years later, in when they passed the Federal Reserve Act of 1919 or 1914, I believe it was, 13 or 14, that was the establishment of the Federal Reserve Bank, which we could call the third attempt at a national bank, which unfortunately Woodrow Wilson a liberal, was a fool and did not have the strength that Andrew Jackson did to stop it. And so if you look at our national debt, we're talking about national debt. You want to talk about national debt?
Okay, you got another.
Started 1913. That's when our national debt began to build.
Okay, compliment alert. Compliment alert. You got another compliment here from DJ Ricky. He says, Jason is on fire tonight.
So it's the truth, man.
Right.
So a lot of my opinion, in 1913, when we passed the Federal Reserve Act, we gave back everything that we fought for in the Revolutionary War against the economic strangleholds of Europe. We gave it all back then, before you or I were even born.
Gave it all back?
We get everything we fought for economically, not to be taxed without representation, not to be bamboozled by our federal government, not to be taxed directly by our federal government even. All that went out the window when the Federal Reserve Act was passed, while Woodrow Wilson was sleeping, essentially. That gave everything back that we fought for the Revolutionary War in terms of economics. It did.
I think this takes 1913.
And ever since then, our national debt has been growing. And it's no surprise that we entered World War I very shortly after that.
Well, it is amazing that it's taken this long to get to this point. Yeah. So
what I'm suggesting is that the Federal Reserve Bank is a bad thing for this country. It always has been. It gives private enterprise control over our currency. Nelson Rockefeller once said, "Give me control of a nation's currency, and I care not about its laws." And the bottom line is, we can compete for apples and oranges and cars and houses and whatever. You can compete for currency too.
Sure, absolutely.
We don't know that because no one's been alive from when that time existed.
Okay, so it's funny that on the one hand, yes, to your point about currency, and I'm coming in from left field here. Stalin's point about voting. One says, I don't care about, so if I can control the
Rockefeller.
So Rockefeller and Stalin had something in common. Okay.
Yeah, they do. They're both tyrants.
There's a thought for tonight. You got that one, DJ? Anyway, DJ Ricky asked for a link, so he may show up at some point, but hopefully we don't get that crackling microphone. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, in the meantime, I'd like to move on to the attacks on Candace Owens.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. The point here, ladies and gentlemen, the thing that I really want to hammer home, you always heard the phrase, oh, now you can tell you're over the target because they're really attacking you. Uh-oh, here he comes. Let's bring him in. Where are you, Ricky?
He's coming in?
Well, I just clicked on it, but he disappeared. Wait, device not connected. All right. I have to try again. Device is not connected. All right, we'll give it another try. All right, so the point is that when people in power get uncomfortable because somebody's getting close to exposing them,
they get nasty.
Oh boy, do they get nasty. Okay. And the best kind of nastiness is to kill the messenger, not just shoot the messenger, kill the messenger. And that is exactly what is happening to Candace Owens. That is my contention. All right. And this spleen, this over emotional attack on her, all of which is attacking her character and has nothing to do with her claim, is it's like I say, it's PSYOPs 101. PSYOPs 101. And yes, so here's the part you're not going to like. Okay. Her argument, and the one that's getting everybody bent out of shape, is the what we'll call the lavalier microphone theory, right?
Okay.
The theory that Charlie Kirk was killed with an exploding lavalier microphone. Now, for what it's worth, people
on microphones supposedly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the thing is, this is in the same character, all right, as it says Keith Neumeyer of First Majestic Silver has been saying for a long time that gold to silver ratio coming out of ground is 8-to-1. 8-to-1? That can't be right. No, you got to look up. No, it's 4,000 right now. see, I could do the math on this very quickly. Worth, if in round numbers, okay, you have so 4,000 divided by 60, and yes, the ratio of gold to silver price is historically important. So right now it's about 67. Okay, the ratio is that it's actually been higher, 80 to 1. But yeah, so with this run up, the gap between gold and silver has narrowed. So yeah, all right. So the 8 to 1 is not right, JK. Okay, so in any event, the lavalier microphone. There have been at least 2 clips that are out there. One, if you imagine looking at Charlie, imagine him facing front, and that's like 12 o'clock at 12 o'clock noon on a clock. Okay, now you look. How should I say that? I'm trying to get this right. You're at 5 o'clock, so you're behind him at the 5 o'clock position. That one, what you see is the back of his T-shirt blowing out along with part of his neck. And then you see some of the front of his neck kind of expand as well, but not as much as in the back. Okay. That's what you see from the 5 o'clock position. Then there's another clip where you look at again, I want to get this right here. See if it's going to be like the 8 o'clock position, maybe something like that. But so you're looking, he's like, instead of looking at him back like that, so it's almost the opposite. Now you're looking at him from the.
Both the 5 and the 8 o'clock position would be from behind his peripheral, though.
No, not the 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock.
No, 9 o'clock would be directly to his left, and 8 o'clock would be slightly behind him to his left.
No, it would be to his front. 8 o'clock would be to the front.
No.
12.
12 is directly in front of you.
All right, so then all right,
slightly behind you to your left. So you're looking at
like
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay.
10 o'clock and 5 o'clock. They're kind of opposite each other.
Yes.
All right. So from the 10 o'clock position, then. All right. Let's try it again, Ricky. Have we got it?
I'm in.
Oh, you look like
What's up? Let's do this.
Yeah, it looks like you had a good night. So, all right. Now, it sounds like
it's been a long day today, guys. It's been a very long day.
But it sounds like you're in a good mood.
Oh, I hear you again.
Yeah, well, I can hear you kind of in the background.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about, no. My brain is properly ready to go.
All right. All right. So I would just like to finish my main point about the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I already told you.
Yes.
It's the Truman Show, and he was just an actor.
Oh, here we go with that.
Why am I? Hold up, guys. Hold up.
Yes, the whole vibe here has shifted. Yes.
No, I had to shut the monitor off. All I could hear was myself like five seconds later. It was nuts.
You're doing all right on Saturday night.
That's right.
Yeah, so I got to use the little tablet as I chimed in today. But
okay.
Yo, you guys are having some great conversation, and I'm over here like, yelling from the peanut gallery, as Court calls it.
Yeah.
It's all right, Court. You want to know what? I got footlongs.
Trying to rehabilitate Candace Owens over here.
I know, the Candace Owens. I think Candace I think the whole Candace and Tucker thing is just a distraction. Don't worry about that stuff. But
yes.
Okay. And even the Charlie Kirk thing, it's nothing but a distraction while they're trying to play mind games with you guys. That's all. Don't let it get you down. Whatever they want you to think, that's a narrative. So you just go, whatever. I'll just do this.
Uh-oh.
No.
It's just red is gray and yellow white, and you decide which is right.
Yeah, it's your world. It's your world. You get to choose whatever you want to make of the world.
But then there's the truth, though.
The truth will always come out, Jason. It always does. In the end, the real truth. Oh, did I just blink out? The real truth always comes out in the end.
The only question is, will the end be at a contemporary time, or will it be 75 years later when everybody's dead?
I don't know. Let's see how many people survived those death shots that everyone took 5 years ago.
Oh, I didn't take one.
I said it. I own it. Bring it on.
I am pure.
Bring it on today.
Hello.
I had a long day, and I'm ready. Let's go. I'm not gonna hold the bull. I'm not holding the door back. Let the bull out of the gates.
Ricky, everyone. I am vaccine free, my man.
Good. You want to know why? You will be here with me 150 years from now.
Yeah, I'm going to live 150 years. I don't even want to.
You will. Life. Why do people put life on a time cycle? Life is not on a time cycle, guys. All right. Oh, look at that. I turned 60. Guys, if I told you how old I really was, it'd blow your mind. But that's a whole nother day, whole nother story. All right. Where were we, Court? What the heck were you talking about?
Are you like this with Chaz?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, everybody knows me from Chaz and AJ in the morning. Is that what you're referring to? Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so your needle is at 10 all the time, banging into the red zone.
Dude, if you don't live life at 15, you ain't living.
Okay.
Jason, thank you. Hey, guys, thank you for letting me be part of this broadcast. That you guys
did. One more time.
I seriously, I have, right from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that you guys even allow me to be on your podcast.
Well, you add to it. You add to it.
It means a lot to me. And my students, they love, I was telling Court, my 30 and under students love you guys. So you guys keep up the good work. Don't give up. And you guys keep doing what you're doing. You got me?
Well, we want you on a more reg. We want you on like Thursday night, something like that.
By the way, Jason, I figured out what you wanted me to do. You wanted me to sew all those individual live streams together to make one big
one
video. I figured it out. So I'm going to do that tomorrow for you guys. Okay?
You rock, man. One video montage and chronological. That's important.
Yeah. Right from where he said we're 2 minutes away from going on, 2 o'clock, all the way up. I watched everything. I went through it. I took down notes and I said, okay, so what he wants me to do is take all those videos and put them together and stitch it together to make one thing. And then you guys tell me what you want to do from there.
We'll do something for you. We're gonna do a 5-minute intro and a 5-minute conclusion to put at the end of it.
Okay, but I'll send you guys. I'll send you guys what I have, and then you guys can see what it is, and then you guys record what you want, and then I'll go back in and I'll grab that, and then I'll put it all together, and you guys can do whatever you want with it. Okay.
Perfecto mundo.
That's all.
So the part from the Sam's videos where he's broadcasting live from out there. That's part.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I went through every one of them.
All right, we can regroup on that tomorrow afternoon. Then we'll fucking.
Yeah. I looked at them last night. I was trying to figure out what you guys were asking me to do, and then as I started going through it, when he opened up his page to me, where I opened up my page to you guys. I could see what you were asking, and then it started to make sense.
Just want to tell the story. That's what it is. Tell the story.
No, I got you, and I'm gonna take care of you guys. Don't worry.
We're on the same page.
And don't worry about whatever we're getting for audio or whatever right now. I just got home. I called Court from the show. He could obviously hear the music and everything. I was in the middle of the show.
We can definitely hear you. There's no question about that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But no, we appreciate it.
Oh, no, I got to yell at this because the microphones are all,
we
clogged.
Everything you're doing with that, bro.
Why?
Maybe you're
That's Nugget. Off to anybody who wants Nugget. You want to? Nah, Nugget don't want to be part of this. Nugget. Court knows who Nugget is, but Nugget's here with me too. We just got home.
Okay. Oh, come on.
I'm not supposed to do that on camera.
Whoa.
What? What's that? Now what's going on? All right.
I drink Pepsi myself. That was a
That was Coca-Cola. It was a red can.
You're not really Coca-Cola.
Oh, guys, let's just have some fun. It's Saturday. My wife is not home. It's just me and Nugget.
That explains it.
This explains your behavior now.
Oh, yeah, let's go wild.
Right. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, it's okay, dear. We're good. Instead, we have, let's go, baby! Saturday night!
Let's go!
All right.
Saturday Night Live here.
Actually, my daughter's home upstairs, but
All right. At this pace, I think she should be able to hear you clearly.
no.
From wherever she is.
Need to remind you, we need the clips from Rob Sampson.
No, we don't. I don't want to hear that.
We do.
We don't need them. No.
Yeah, of course. We'll get into that. I'm gonna put Jason's clips together, and then what Jason has me working on, and I'm gonna take care of that first, and I'm gonna take care of that tomorrow.
Yes,
okay.
do it. Just go with what you got. If you can send him Rob Sampson stuff, go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
But don't.
I don't know how you want me to. It was easy to take what Jason sent me and be able to put it together.
Yes.
Now you're going to throw something else in there, and I don't know where you want it to be in there to tell the story.
Rob Sampson did nothing but jump on the bandwagon with this thing. We don't need his video.
Okay. Jason called the shot. You heard it, Court.
Talking about everybody jumped on the bandwagon.
If Court sends you some stuff that you feel like you can add in, fine, but don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
No, Jason, I'm just going to work on the stuff you sent me, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so here.
And tell Sam thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. You know.
Why? Dude, this is nothing. This is a walk in the park.
Be the glue on this thing for us, so we appreciate it.
Well, you guys should see me on a show.
Sam, by the way, me and Sam are going to be hanging out here tomorrow afternoon, chilling out. So if you got questions, you call. We bounce it off each other. We can make sure, you know, if you have any questions.
Yeah, well, I'll have all that stitched, everything you sent me stitched together tomorrow afternoon. Okay. So I'll give you a ring.
All right, I'll be
see
around.
where you're at. Okay,
I'll have my phone volume turned up. I promise.
You got it. All right, let's get back into it because we're boring the audience.
And I'm running out of time. I'm going to leave you guys alone in a few minutes. So, Court, tell us about Candace Owens. Save her for us.
All right. All right. So he says that he's still alive. I disagree.
He's still alive? Oh, come on. No, I disagree.
Yes, no. He's just. We'll get into that because you got to leave in like 10 minutes. We don't have enough to get into it. Okay. All right. We'll save that for another day. And I will get my Court freaking, it looks like a board like this and my writer and have all my points ready for you guys. Okay. And video that I will play of the reason why I know Charlie's not dead.
All right, so yes,
that was like
he was an actor.
Oh, God.
All right, so if he's not dead, then what? Did he quit the movement?
He's in Valhalla, guys.
Yeah, here we go, Valhalla. Yes, Valhalla, New York. Yes, we went through that.
I have a passport. Let's go. Oh, Valhalla. Oh, Valhalla. Oh, okay.
Valhalla. He's in. What do they call it? They just move you to a place where everything is nice. You did your job, and you get to live in paradise.
I see. And what about his children?
The job wasn't quite.
Those aren't his children, Court.
What?
Those aren't his kids. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to bring you up to speed so quick right now.
You're definitely on the red, is gray, and yellow, white area.
It's okay, Jason.
Dude.
Didn't the man blow up in front of us all?
No. It was all a show. It's the Truman Show. They took the actor out. That's all they did, guys.
Well, that beats the Raiders of the Lost Ark show at MGM Studios then.
Yes.
What?
That they could do that. Why can't you guys believe what I'm telling you?
Wildly improbable.
I could believe anything at this point, but I am an investigator.
Good call, Jay. Good call, Jason.
Ricky, I need evidence and proof, though. I'm an investigator. Remember?
I know. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, you gotta work on that.
Well,
I always believe in making sure. Oh, by the way, all of my comments are for entertainment purposes only. Okay, there we go.
Well, me too. There you go. But look, all right. So
What?
not me. I mean,
No, you have to say that. Otherwise, the legal teams from YouTube will come after your butt.
all right.
All right, let's go. What do we got?
so, Cor, what was your third topic?
Well, I've basically given up on trying to finish here because
You mean finish with Candace?
Ricky is running roughshod over my stuff. So, all right. Meantime, this is a little hard to avoid. That would be President Trump said, open up the Strait of Hormuz by whatever it is, 9 o'clock Sunday night. And the thugs in Iran said, screw you, Trump. So we're closing.
Here we go with the Iran crap again. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
well, you say crap, but let me guess. This is all part of the Truman Show as well.
Strongest military can't handle
It's nothing but a distraction as they're destroying your money system. But
My money system? I don't know.
I even told you.
Yes.
You know, hold on. Who was it? Roseland Capital.
Oh yes, Rose.
Can't deliver $60 million in gold.
Yeah.
Think about this for a minute. Let that settle in.
Oh, it has, and I have settled into a state of disbelief over this. This is just unbelievable.
Look it up, Court. I'm not lying to you. Type it in your Google.
I believe it. All right.
Never Google, you know.
Yeah, well, where else would I go?
Whatever Google tells you is the truth.
Bing. Go to Bing. Not the answer.
I told you I was going to be your wild card.
Yes, this is true, and you're.
And I love coming on here and
you're 1 minute.
You know what I do sometimes, Court? You go like this. Hello, I'm disturbing the fishbowl today.
Yeah, I like. Leave my fishbowl alone. So.
It's all good.
All right. So
Jason, I literally called Court from a show.
Well, that's because I was calling him.
I called him back. I said, I got 1 minute. I got to tell Court, I'm on a show right now.
Right.
Just give me a minute. Give me a hot minute.
Mm-hmm. We had it. We're good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Everyone, you could make whatever you want of this world, whatever you want. Anything you can create in your mind, you can make it happen. I just wish people would grab the concept of that sometimes.
I'd like to use that to create a little bar of gold right here on my desk. Can I do that?
Well, yes, you can if you want to. Why?
Sure.
But why is that bar of gold so important to you, Jason?
Gives you flexibility to
help
do what I want to do without working for it.
I know. I'm just saying. Listen, I have bar knowledge.
You have door knowledge?
I have 60 years of bar
knowledge.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Owning a bar.
He's not talking about bar.
I have talked to so many people over so many years. A lot of guys aren't even alive anymore.
Yeah.
And the things that they told me at the time that they told me, none of it made sense. But now everything makes sense. So I'm just saying, if I sound a little off the wall, it's not that I'm off the wall. These are the things that I thought were off the wall, and they're actually true.
You know what's cool? I've had this similar experience and going to inside people's homes and listening to their kitchen table problems when I was an investigator, I was interviewing people and whatnot.
Yeah.
And hundreds of them, thousands of them of this over time. And
Yep.
so, and I feel the same way you do. A lot of things I've heard over the years that didn't seem to make sense at the time do make a lot more sense to me now.
I could tell by the way
you're wiser,
Jason, too. And
you know what? And then you know what? The cross section of the people I've been to their homes, So, like, okay, you've been in a bar for a lot of years, but they all drink.
Yeah, but that's why
A
they
lot of
call them
people that I know,
spirits.
people that don't
The
don't.
spirits. And I kind of went over this with Court, all about there's a whole nother realm and a whole nother part of life that nobody understands. Hold on, wait. If I'm going to talk spirits,
All
There
right.
we go. Booze is a
here we go.
Booze
Let's
is a truth
do
serum.
this.
Booze is a truth serum.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I think we got a hit on our hands here. Don't give up. And
Never.
the spirits.
Wait till we get our platform going.
This is what brings your spirits out.
You can't show that on the podcast.
I can, because I'm proving a point.
I guess you can.
Right. Let's see. See, what is this? 1740 timestamp GSR. Oh, all right. But yeah, okay, JK, I will check it out. I saw the link.
What are we looking at?
So JK is reminding me that so there's an issue here about the relative value of gold to silver. And his point is
over here, Court. I found it.
So he's talking about the out of ground price of gold and silver, and he says it's a ratio of 8 to 1. But when you look at the market price for gold and silver, it's very different. So why that is not clear, but he's just, telling me that, see.
1745 temps.
Yeah, timestamp GSR 8 to 1. So I don't.
All right, well, you guys research that. My time is up for tonight. I'll let you guys carry it from here. Ricky, I will call you tomorrow afternoon. Thank you.
Yes, I will talk to you tomorrow afternoon, Jason.
I will catch you guys soon. Remember, once again, the fight is always between the state and the family. God bless Connecticut. God bless America. For Common Sisters Entertainment. See you guys. Carry it away. Bye now.
All right. There we go. All right. Let's see. Well, I could.
Looks like it's only you and me. We're going to dance.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
You're stuck with me. Hold on. Let's do this. We're going to
go back again. All right.
Yeah, we're going to go back.
So the thing I want to touch on with you is you have a peculiar approach to that which we'll call reality. The notion that some piece of information is true to me is not true to you. And you're working with, I'll say, pieces of information. I don't know that they're necessarily facts, but we'll call them little chunks, little nuggets. Right, Nugget? Little nuggets of information.
Nugget, he called you out, Nugget. He's sitting over here on the couch.
So little nuggets of information.
Listen, he's the hardest working roadie you can ever find.
Mm-hmm. What? I mean,
hardest working roadie you can ever find.
So what do you think? Would he work for the Rolling Stones?
Would you work for the Rolling Stones?
They couldn't handle me.
He said they couldn't handle him.
Yes, well, it's true. They are slowing down. Yeah.
All right, Clark, what do you go? Keep going. I'm going to listen.
Well, my question to you is, what is your standard for evidence? Your how should I put
it?
Your skepticism meter is set
very. You always say, "Man, your imagination is incredible."
Mm-hmm.
Is it an imagination or is it real? I just said you can create whatever you want to create in this world.
Right, but in the meantime, when
you don't have to live in this prison, okay?
Hold
on.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I lost my thought. There's all these things.
All right, you get
it. You don't have to live in this digital prison that they're building for you.
Yeah.
I came from a different world.
Yes.
I live in this world, but I'm not of this world. Okay.
Yes, I understand that.
And I want to make that absolutely clear. I've shown you videos. I've sent you things. You could see where I came from. I'm not from here. But while I'm here, I want to try to help people. I want people to maybe understand that there was a place that was a lot different than this.
Hmm.
Some people call me a time traveler. I'm not a time traveler, but I am a person that has a lot of, I don't know how to call it, the understanding of what your future is going to be. And I'm trying to show you so you can change it. Because if you let the future keep going the way it's going, you're going to find yourself in a lot of problems.
Hmm. Are you speaking to me in particular?
Not you. I'm
Generic,
talking,
about the world in general.
yeah,
The editorial you.
correct.
Hmm.
That's why I like you, Court, because you're really good at taking my words and then retranslating them into something that somebody can understand.
I tried.
No, you're good. I picked you. I even said I picked you. And
Mhm.
you're like, are you some kind of freak? And I'm like, no, I'm not at all. And then as you got to speak with me, you understood and you went, oh, I
Mhm.
picked you. I didn't even know, I told you. I don't know how I found your channel, but I liked what you were doing. And I liked your interpretation of what you felt that was wrong that was happening here.
Oh, geez. There's more than enough of that.
Why?
Geez.
Why can't I call you out on that? I should be able to call you out on that. It was good.
Absolutely. Well,
I love the Commie of the Week.
yes.
Commie
Sure.
of the Week was always my favorite, Court.
Yeah. All right. Maybe
All
we should
right.
bring it back. It's been a while.
I think you should.
All
I
right.
think there's a lot of things, but
Mhm.
you're good at it. And you're really, really good. All my under 30, they love you.
Mhm. I just don't know.
Not like in a cult way, but they go, wow, Ricky, thank you for showing us Court. And I'm like, it's okay. It's the least I could do. Enjoy the show.
Yeah. All right. So I'm still trying to get to the main point, and that is what your standard for proof is. Where we're looking at things and other people are saying that can't be true. This is what you believe. All right.
Again,
So
there
you're.
is no proof. Even I can show you books,
Mhm.
but everybody can always say, well, who wrote those books?
Mhm.
It doesn't have any truth to those books. You are writing your own story while you're here.
Mhm.
And
That's true. Oh yeah.
and this is in real time.
Mhm.
And that's basically as small and as easy as I can say it without going into deep stuff that I would probably put people would watch the video, go, is this a ASMR video to put me to sleep? So I don't want to do that.
What is ASMR?
Oh, it's like this. I don't know where the microphone is on this, but it goes like this, Corey. I don't know if I come close to this. Hi, I had a good day today. you know,
That's
I don't know where the microphone is on this thing, so I don't
okay.
know if I had my microphone hooked up to the mixer and everything, but that's all in the truck. But if I had that and I did it, you would laugh your butt off, Court.
Okay. I believe
It's
it.
awesome though, because I know people that actually fall asleep to it. They're like, it's so relaxing. And so whatever is relaxing for people, that is a good thing, right?
Hey, well, this sounds like an audio technique. I heard this where it was popular for a while. It was some time back, but where all of a sudden it was really cool to talk like this into
Yeah.
the microphone.
Clickety clicks.
Yes.
Click, click, click. Right.
Hello. How's it like the NPR?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
what the
But I'll tell you what, you know what? It's the best psychology to put a whole nation to sleep.
yeah. Might as well put a hole in your head. Oh my God.
It's not a bad thing. I mean,
Really?
Court,
You're,
if I'd rather be bombed, like, what's happening in certain places that I can't talk about, or be put to sleep by ASMR, I'm going to choose ASMR.
okay. Now, is ASMR an acronym for something?
I don't know. Yeah, obviously, but
Let's see.
you can look it up.
All right.
ASMR.
Is that a? Well, let's just see what that gets me. How do you like that? ASMR collection of the most popular triggers in the videos posted in the past that include tapping, scratching, mic tapping, ear cleaning, brushing, etc. The term means autonomous sensory meridian response. Great.
Bingo.
Begins in the scalp, moves down the back of the neck and upper spine. It's been compared with synesthesia. Paresthesia, synesthesia. You know what synesthesia is, right?
No. Tell me what it is.
Synesthesia is the crossing of the senses. So you can smell a color. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
You can taste the sound.
Smell a color. And you smell red. Yes. It smells like a pepper. It smells like a tomato.
Well, or whatever it is. But there was somebody found a culture, I think it was in Indonesia, where everybody was absolutely in a state of synesthesia. I mean, the way they would describe things, there was clearly this crossing over, of attributes that you and I would associate with one sense, but used with another. But yeah, so that's synesthesia. But paresthesia, I don't quite understand that. All right, but give me something to research. It's part of how it is just the recognition that the way we relate to the world in terms of our five senses ends up being very narrow.
All right. And you need the five senses to play the game.
Yes. But then there's a part where you're kind of like departing from the five senses, you're stepping back from the five senses. There's something else that's like a witness that's not a part of the five senses. Yes, no.
My eyes, they just popped up. I'm thinking you need the senses. So do you ever feel like you're in a big gigantic 3D video game sometimes?
A movie.
Oh, you feel like you're in a movie. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've sometimes felt that, sure.
Interesting. And again, you're the director of the movie. You're the director, you're the actor, you are the narrator of the movie.
What I'm thinking back to was not that. It was more like feeling like I was I'll be more specific, maybe more explicit. So my first girlfriend and I, it was a very unusual relationship. Let's put it that way.
How many years are we going back, Court? Like 50 years?
More.
60 years?
Let me think here. 74.
70 years? 1974?
Maybe 58 years. 57, 58 years.
Are you driving yet?
No. She lived near me. I mean, there were many aspects to our story that were quite romantic. No question.
Okay, all right. Don't tell your current wife. She's gonna kill you.
She's gonna hold a grudge against me?
Oh yeah, they do. Don't trust me on this one.
Okay. Anyway, the point I was trying to work up to here was that we both commented there were times like we felt like we were in a movie and that we were being watched in this movie. We both felt the same thing.
Okay. That's your Truman Show.
Maybe.
Yep. Absolutely, Court. That's your Truman Show.
Well, if that's the case, then I was boring the audience to hell.
But you're not tonight. You got me. And I'm gonna whoa! We got the towel. Let's let it rip.
Yeah, well, the other audience, the one in the Truman Show, you're going like, "What are you?"
All right, what else you got? And then, oh my God, it's almost 10:30.
Yeah, we could bag it. I got a big day tomorrow.
All right, I got to do some editing tomorrow for the guys, so I'm going to take care of all that. And Good talking with you, Court, and even talking with you offline. Some people don't realize I do talk to Court offline, and Jason and everybody else, and just to give them an idea of who I am and what I do. And it's not that I want to bring the best possible content and the best knowledge to anyone that tunes into this as we continue on.
Yeah, and try to look at things that are not really being looked, like the stuff about gold revaluation. People don't pay attention to that, but that
I know. I struck right in there in the comments. I'm like, Court, give me the link. Send me a link. So I'm freaking out over here. We'll get into that. We'll explain. We'll do a whole show about what currency is.
Oh yes, okay. Currency versus money.
Yes. Or assets too. We'll get in the whole nine one day if you want to do that. And what was another one you or something else you talked about, and I can't remember what it was, but I'll remember later, and then I'll write it down and bring it up on the next time you have me on.
Well, another thing to talk about later is keeping a dream journal.
A dream journal?
Yes.
Is this something of your wishes?
No, I did. I kept a dream journal for 7 years.
Okay. What is this? Explain.
Well, the dream journal is, basically you wake up in the morning and you try to remember what you dreamt.
Oh, I remember all my dreams. They're freaking nightmares. Are you kidding me? You want me to write them down every time? Are you out of your mind? The freaking devil attacks me every night when I go to sleep.
I study psychology. Of course I'm out of my mind. What are you making for?
Yeah, no, I'm one of the few. And I dream in color, folks. Check that out, too.
Okay, so dreaming in color means that there's strong emotion attached to those dreams.
I wake up, I thought I was having a heart attack. Oh, it's so funny you brought that up. Hey, Nugget. I got to ask Nugget really quick. Nugget, do you remember your dreams? Do you remember what you're dreaming about when you're talking and I got to poke you with the stick to wake you up in the morning?
Jeez.
No, he goes, no. I want Nugget to, he's not going to show himself on here, but
all right.
He is a really cool dude. Some of the people that know me that are watching these replays, you all know who Nugget is, and he loves you all too. He's Nugs, are we gonna get hung on the X thing again? The thing that goes like this and holds me like this again? No? All right. Nugget said we're safe. So
okay. Whatever.
All right, Court. Thank you for letting me be part of your show. For all my youngins that are chiming in, give me a text tomorrow. Tell me what you thought. And I'll give feedback to the channel. Court, thank you so much.
Right.
Jason, thumbs up. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Nighty night.